Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Slim Overton here, and coming straight from the Slim Nation. Hey, for those who want to know where the Slim Nation is, the Slim Nation is wherever Slim is. So right now Slim is, I am taking a walk after my doctor's visit yesterday. One of the things they always tell me, each doctor I go to a heart doctor, I go to my primary, and I went to a different doctor the other day for something else. Once you get a certain age, you have a doctor for everything from head to toe. You have foot doctors, you have arm doctors, you have doctors for your shoulders, you have doctors for your stomach, your belly, you have doctors for all your organs. So that's what happens when you get older. Your doctors increase and everybody's getting paid. But anyway, he told me, like they all tell me, need to walk a little bit more, exercise, and sort of regulate your diet a little more. I am type 2 diabetes. I stay up on taking my medications, but probably could come off the medications if I did a little bit more on regulating that diet and more exercise. And all the doctors tell me the same thing, so it must be true. So, coming to you from the Slim Nation to add that to you as well. The other day we did a doctor thing, but anyway, we won't go any further with that. Just gonna walk and sort of get you prepared for the Slim Nation YouTube channel, which is a new channel for me, and also remind you to also watch the Portsmouth Coffee Talk channel, which I'm associated with, but it's separate from the Slim Nation. But it's on our YouTube channel. They want you to check that out. We post videos every Monday. So look out for the Portsmouth Coffee Talk channel. But right now you're with Slim and the Slim Nation as he's taking his walk, and which we all should do. And just want to let people know that probably when you get a little older, I think the light is better here under a tree. Already taking a break after about 1 block. But as you get older, things start happening, and I want to give you some advice. Before you do any kind of exercises or walk out, make sure you talk to your knees, talk to your hip, and talk to your feet. Those things that are directly involved in walking or running, if you choose to do that, or getting on a bicycle. On the bicycle, you have to talk to your seat, your butt, and make sure he knows what's going on. But you have to talk to these extremities to let them know what you're about to do, so they will cooperate. Now, if you don't do that, you're going to run into a little problem about 2 or 3 blocks in, and you haven't had a conversation or stretched or prepared your knees, your hips, and your feet for doing something you haven't been doing. They will stop on you. They will let you know that that's it for them, and they're not going any further. They will either drop you to the ground, or they will cause intense pain, and you might have to call someone to come pick you up. So just wanted to put that little bit of tidbit out there for you. As we get older, we all going to get older at some point. So I pick up my walking again, and out here in the sun, a nice fall day, a little breezy. You might be able to hear the breeze and the wind breezing through the microphone. But we're not going to be up here long. I just wanted to come up here, and this is one of the videos leading up to some other things we're going to be doing here on the Slim Nation, on our Slim Nation channel. And it won't be all about health or getting old, because we're going to invite people to come on and talk to us about different subjects and issues. Let's take another break. And the reason I'm taking these mini breaks, because just like I told you earlier, I hadn't had that talk with my knees, my hips, or my feet. So I didn't want to come out here and, shock them to a point where they would just give up on me, because I do have to get back home. Oh, and another point, always keep in mind, the further you walk, that's the same distance you have to have the energy to get back to where you came from. So keep that in mind. This is good for when you're first starting out walking or doing your exercises, running, whatever. Remember, that same distance you go is the same distance you have to make it back. So don't wear yourself out getting there. Just make sure you have enough energy to get back to where you came from. So that's a good tidbit in the beginning when you start this thing. Now, after you've done this for a while, that might not be an issue. But in the beginning, it's an issue. Let me start walking now. And I promise I will have that talk with my knees and everything, everybody, the whole group of them tonight before we do this again tomorrow. Because I plan on making this to be a daily thing, or at least one or at least 3 times a week, like they suggest. I have to, not gonna walk in the rain, but there are some things you can do in the house. But this is very important for us as we not only get older, but just for our general health. So let's just keep in mind, in order for you all to keep up and keep up with the Slim Nation, you have to be able to stay awake, for one thing. If you come home and you're still working, you come home and you're so tired that you just fall asleep, you won't be able to watch the Slim Nation. Or you won't be able to stay focused on some of the information we're going to have to offer you, or some of the great conversations we're going to have, or some of the lessons I might teach. Well, as a novice, of course, or as a layman, I'm not going to say I'm going to be an expert in everything, but I can share my experience. So just make sure you all tune in, and well, you can start subscribing to me now. Like, subscribe, make your comments. Give me comments on some things you might want the Slim Nation to talk about or cover. We're going to have an agenda, but if you have some things that you like for us to talk about after you start listening and see where we're going with the channel, then feel free to chime in, and you might even want to be a guest and talk about some things in your area. Of course, Slim Nation, like I said, is everywhere Slim is, and Slim right now is in Portsmouth, Virginia. And Virginia, boy, we're getting ready for a big governor's race coming up on November the 2nd. And it's making a lot of national news because Virginia for years was a red state and turned blue a couple of years ago. And we too, like the national, like the government, have that narrow lead in the House and the Senate. And we definitely want to keep, well, if you're a Democrat, we definitely want to keep a Democrat in office. If you're a Republican, you might want Youngkins to win. But that's up to you. I'm not going to try to sway you from out of your party that you've been a member of for a long time. All I can do is talk to the people that think like the Democrats think, or think like I think. But it is making a lot of news here, national news here, the race in Virginia, because it's going to be important to the Republicans if they can turn Virginia back to another red state and start changing some of the strides we think as Democrats we have made over the years. So we're going to need you to get out there and vote. I'm really pushing for the Democrats to get out there and vote and keep the state Democratic, but it's also just important as far as as a constitutional right that everybody get out there and vote, and make sure you are well informed, first of all. And that's one of the things, that's why my motto is be aware, be informed, and be involved, because a pet peeve of mine is an uninformed voter. I love people that come to vote. I worked the polls for many years, worked on poll precincts for many years, inside and on the outside for candidates. And the worst thing I could see is when somebody comes and is not prepared. Is not prepared as far as on election day, they don't even know anything about the candidates. And that's right. If you have a lot of people out there like that, just not even aware of who's running, and it's election day. So that's scary. Those people might put in someone not knowing that that person is voting against their interests in their neighborhoods or whatever they believe in. So it's important to be an informed voter, number one, and then to vote, period. But voting is just not voting. It's about being informed and knowing the issues and knowing the candidates and knowing who's there to represent your interests. Because November 3rd, at least here in the state of Virginia, it will be too late if you made a mistake. Then you have to live with it for the next 4 years. So that's my little spiel on voting. But I'm gonna continue walking, but I'm not gonna bore you with my walk because I don't want to be on camera if I fall down, because I haven't had that conversation with my knees and they just give up out of spite. Sometimes they're not that tired. They just upset that I didn't, talk it over with them about what I was planning on doing, and they being involved in such a significant way. So I don't want to be holding the camera and all of a sudden just drop to the ground for no reason. Well, it'll be a reason. It'll be the knees. So I'm gonna go off camera and continue my walk. I think I'm gonna head back home and do it again tomorrow, but after a nice, long, hearty talk with my knees, my hips, both of them. Well, one of them, one hip is under my control because it's been replaced. It's not one of the original hips. It's a mechanical hip, so he doesn't have a voice. So I'll be talking to my hip, my left hip, the one that's original and it's real. So I'll talk to my knees, my hip, and both my feet. So I'm gonna do that tonight. And I'll probably talk to my butt because I might get on my bike and ride. And with the seats on the bike, your butt has to be prepared for that as well. And I just had to be real with that. So you can't take anything for granted, even sitting on a bicycle. You got to make sure everybody is cooperating with you, or at least prepared for what you're about to do. So often people go out there and don't excuse me, and don't talk about it or talk to their body. And the last thing I'll say, I know I was going off, the last thing I'll say, please listen to your body. Your body talks to you every day. Whether you listen or not, you need to listen. Your body talks to you. It tells you everything is okay, I feel fine. And then it tells you something's not right. It'll hit you with a little pain here, a little pain there. Might not be significant, but it's just giving you a little hint. Pay attention to that left shoulder. And pay attention to that your groin. Pay attention to changes in the bathroom, when you go. So listen to your body because it's talking to you. And if you notice any changes going on, or it keeps talking to you about something, listen. Make that appointment. Go see your doctor. Take care. This is Slim O, straight from the Slim Nation, and we thank you for listening, and we want you to continue to listen as we expand. The next time I come on, I'm gonna have a guest. It's not just gonna be me. I'm gonna have a guest, and we're gonna talk about a topical issue, or it might just be introducing you to this particular person. But we're gonna have fun with it, and we're gonna have fun on the station, and we're gonna also try to inform and deal with some serious issues. But for the most case, the Slim Nation is going to be somewhere where you're going to want to be. Thank you. Take care, and beware, be informed, and most of all, be involved.